Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today, watching the Big Bang Theory. This is the 14th episode of the 10th season. Hope you guys have been enjoying it so far. If you'd like to watch today's full episode, it is available for the link in the description below. Just click on it, put the password in, and enjoy. So, last episode, we had the unexpected. Now, what is that, you may think? Well, it is Leonard and Penny going to Sheldon and Amy for relationship advice. Yes, they're basically saying, look, mate, our relationship has kind of gone stagnant. You know, Leonard used to be surprising, used to make loads of effort, and, now it feels like he's just got comfortable. We got married. He doesn't really take as much care as he used to. He's walking around in his boxers, he's gaming, not paying much attention. But the thing is as well, like, you got to do the flip side. It's not should not always be that one person. We did have that discussion last episode where, if you want to keep things fresh and keep it, feeling like it's new all the time, then each person have got to give as much as the other person, gives out. So if Leonard's being a slob, then Penny, she can't be it. She'll have to do something to make Leonard realize that, mate, I need to match her vibe. She's putting all the effort into the relationship, I need to do that as well. And they've been looking over at Sheldon and Amy, and they'd be like, yo, these are like in a honeymoon phase. They're always there together, they're always hugging, kind of kissing as well. They're always spending time together and enjoying it, and we need a bit of this. So after all episode of back and forth and bickering, he went over to Sheldon and said, mate, I can't believe we're going to say this, but can you draw us up a relationship, an agreement? And he actually drew it up kind of well, where it was basically like, look, mate, Leonard can walk around in his boxer briefs and act like a slob all he wants, but Penny can't be in the house at the time. So when she is, he's got to be, presentable, which I think is totally fine. And he threw some stuff in for Penny to do as well, and it's going to be interesting to see, because I feel like last episode kind of come out of nowhere and it was kind of like hostile towards each other and seemed like he's kind of getting fed up. But then obviously at the end, they picked up and he was back and feeling normal and trying to get back into it, obviously a healthy relationship. So one to keep an eye on going forward. Thanks for checking out today's episode. If you do enjoy it, please smash like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, let's jump into today's episode.
What's going on with that woman you're dating?
I broke up with her.
Why?
She said she didn't want to see me anymore, and I found that insulting. I thought things were going well. What happened?
I don't know.
She didn't even give me a reason.
Sorry about the breakup.
That's okay, I'm fine.
Well, of course you're fine. Not every member of a species finds a mate. Sir Isaac Newton died a virgin. Look at the contributions he made.
Well, he said he was fine. Sometimes people say things they don't mean.
Oh, that's a paradox. If you meant what you just said, then that means you may not admit what you just said.
Hey boys, how's it going?
Well, I thought we were having a nice conversation, but it turns out I was being offensive.
So normal.
You're fine.
Don't fall for it. No, he'll get you to compare him to a dead virgin, and suddenly you're the bad guy. I would prefer if people told me exactly what is on their mind.
No, you don't. You really don't. I actually can't say don't enough.
I just read that a team at MIT developed a device that helps people read human emotions.
And you think we can get those guys to reprogram Sheldon? Cool.
I find that hard to believe.
That a bunch of awkward scientists with no social skills would invent a machine to do it for them?
A machine that reads emotions is intriguing. It could help me be a more considerate friend. It could also help me identify my enemies, discover their fears, and then I could use those fears to destroy them.
I like the first one.
It kind of reminds me of, like when you watch a film and someone puts their glasses on and you see it from their perspective, and it's kind of like scanning the crowd, and then you've got like Jarvis, for example, from Iron Man, who's popping up and giving loads of information. That's kind of like what it sounds like. But also, you can kind of get something similar now, like with Apple Vision and stuff like that, innit? People put the goggles on, they can look around, they can see the normal world, but then they can also like drag and drop things and put stuff in place. It's pretty mad. I would love to have a go, but like I would never spend it. So to me, it's not worth it. And obviously, they look a bit weird, but it's one of them things where it's like, it'd be nice to have if it was free, but I wouldn't pay for it. You know what I mean? Like, there's many of those things in real life where you're like, I'd love to have it, but it ain't worth what it's for. But this is interesting because, he's going to try and read emotion. This is the thing with Sheldon, consistently throughout the show. He hasn't been a great emotional reader, but I do feel like he actually has got much better at it, picking up sarcasm as well. He does crack his jokes a little bit now, and he is a bit of empathetic with people. I do feel like he has progressively gained, but I mean, he's still way off the normal person's kind of average, if that makes sense.
Now that Sheldon's across the hall, have you decided what you're doing with his old room?
I was thinking maybe a library or a gaming room.
You could make it a train room.
From the guys at MIT about that emotion reader, they're sending a prototype for you to beta test.
Wonderful. Although I'm not sure how I feel about being used as a guinea pig.
Maybe I could use it to understand why women keep dumping me. Maybe I could even get them all together, sort of like a focus group.
Raj, that's a terrible idea.
Yeah, I was joking.
Little tip, jokes are often better when you end them with waka waka or ha-cha-cha.
Do you know what? Do you think that's a bad idea? Because I feel like if you break up with someone amicably, is that how you say it? Like, you can actually say, look, I actually really like you, but we just didn't work as an item. You know, like, what things can I do in my next attempt with somebody to kind of improve it? Like, what was, like, my negatives and my drawbacks, you know what I mean? And, like, then obviously if you've asked, like, the last 5 people and they're all kind of highlighting the same thing, you're like, right, I need to work on that. You know what I'm saying? I've said it before about doing these videos, you know, when I first started and watched it back, and then I was obviously doing the editing, I was like, wow, I swear a lot, mate, honestly. Like, I swear a lot. And now it's improved my normal day-to-day life as well as these videos, because I've cut swearing down massively, and I might just use it as like, oh shit, or like piss off or something. Do you know what I mean? Where it used to be like every other sentence, and I never realised it until the guy, well, I reflected from the videos, but it's good to get something in like he could do as something that's recurring all the time to improve himself.
Great news. The TV I want will fit in the gaming room, and if I leave the curtains open, I can watch it from work. What's going on with your brother?
My dad asked if I can get him a job interview at my work.
Is that a good idea? I mean, you think they'll consider someone who was in prison for selling drugs? Well, I'm sure he'll appreciate carrying his samples in a briefcase instead of his colon.
Mate, it's such a bad idea.
I'm not sure. Maybe a few days. Unless he gets the job, then who knows?
Exciting. I'll get to wake up every morning and see if he's still here.
This thing's pretty cool. It interprets emotions using a wireless signal to analyze subtle changes in breathing and heart rate.
Now I'm gonna look at some pictures to prompt an emotional response, and we'll see if the machine can identify them accurately.
You are happy?
Yes, I'm looking at puppies.
Sad.
Yes, I'm looking at a picture of my grandma.
Well, that makes sense, because she's gone and you miss her. That turkey neck is in your future. Well, now, see, now it says you're mad. Make up your mind.
I'm getting all my exes together in order to discuss why they broke up with me and how I can be a better boyfriend.
You went through with that? What is wrong with you?
Mate, that's what I said. I think it's an alright idea. I still think it's that bad.
Get criticism that hurts your feelings.
Don't worry, I'm a grown man. I have a thick skin.
You're so stupid.
Hey!
He really worked with the Drug Enforcement Agency?
He didn't know it till he was cuffed, but yeah.
How's it working out?
You did surprisingly well.
That's great. I'm happy for you.
No, what? Hold on. What you are? Aren't you sweet?
Are you working on your resume?
No, it's my brother's. I'm trying to help him get a job out here.
Ooh, and that makes Leonard angry.
Are you really upset about Randall coming?
No.
Yes.
Fine. You invited your drug dealer brother to stay with us for God knows how long and didn't bother to ask me first.
Hey, now she's angry too. This thing works like gangbusters.
See, I don't think that she needs to ask him about staying for a day or two. But when she was saying, who knows if he gets a job, as in, like, it's open-ended, he could stay here forever, that's where the discussion should have happened. You know, if he's stopping by, oh, is he here for a couple of days, he got a job interview, he's just going to stay, that's fine. You know, I don't feel like she needs to tell him that, but, like, the open-endedness of her answer, she did need to go a bit more in depth with him.
Saying you have to ask my permission, but you could have talked to me about it before you said it was okay.
If you were this upset, why didn't you say so when I first told you?
Because I didn't want to sound like a jerk.
I don't see the big deal if my brother comes and stays for a while.
If you get him a job, he's going to live here forever.
He would get his own place.
Has he ever had his own place?
Yes!
Did it have a metal toilet next to the bed?
It still counts. You know how? Is this any different from you making me live with Sheldon?
You and your stupid machine started this fight.
You are lucky that this feelings machine doesn't have feelings. Give him the finger.
First off, I want to thank you all so much for coming. Howard is here to interpret for Emily and to take notes.
No, he doesn't think it's stupid.
Why don't we go around the room, say your name, and why you broke up with me?
I'm Lucy, and I broke up with Raj because I have severe social anxiety, and he kept trying to force me into uncomfortable situations.
I'm Claire, and I guess I broke up with you because you were just really needy. Also, you were incredibly vain. Like, all the time you spent shaping your eyebrows.
Okay, new rule, everybody only gets one.
Well, whenever you and I were in bed.
Howard, get out.
So you were telling us how Raj was terrible in bed.
Right, the thing is, did Raj not break up with Emily Jr.? Like, I'm pretty sure he was the one that broke up with her, not the other way around. So that was interesting as well.
Sheldon, dinner's ready. Hey, are you okay?
Not really. I always knew I had trouble recognizing other people's emotions, but that machine just made it so real.
Everybody has things that they need help with. Me, I can't see without my glasses. You know, right now you're just a cute pink smudge wearing a childish green smudge. There have definitely been days when I was sad and you could tell.
Yeah, but that's shooting fish in a barrel. You're kind of a sad sack. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. I'm just upset.
See, right there.
Yeah, I know, he
You hurt
recognized
my
it.
feelings, and I'm proud of you. I love you exactly the way you are.
I feel the same way about you. Put your glasses back on, you look weird.
My God, you were so dominated by your parents.
Oh, yeah, that used to drive me nuts. He's kind of a mama's boy.
Going out with Raj was one of the best things that ever happened to me.
Yes, I'll take you back.
I needed to go through that experience to know what exactly I don't want in a man.
You know, the same thing happened to me. After I broke up with Raj, I met Gary, who's just amazing.
Did all of you go on to better relationships after me?
Oh, yeah.
Without question.
A little before, actually.
I just want to point out to everyone here, this is a man who is going to great lengths to better himself.
Honestly, I'm surprised you two didn't wind up together.
Well, like you gals, I had to suffer through him to find Bernadette.
We owe you an apology.
It's fine. You needed a suitcase. I wasn't home. You borrowed a suitcase.
That was 6 years ago. I'm talking about tonight.
Look, we got really angry at each other and you just got caught in the middle of it.
Trust that you've resolved the conflict.
Yes, we're fine.
Penny's gonna call her dad and tell him it's not a good time for Randall to visit.
He won't be mad at me. I mean, you're the one who doesn't want my brother to come.
So you're gonna throw me under the bus?
Oh, I'm gonna throw you so hard I might actually win a stuffed animal.
You're getting angry again.
That's because we are.
Yes! I don't need an emotion machine. I am one.
Let's not wait so long for another bizarre, awkward night.
Yeah, we'll settle down. Maybe I'll just play the field.
The field was just here. The field said no. 30 years from now, if you're still single and things don't work out with me and Bernadette, you and I can give it a go.
I want to make sure we get invited to all the parades.
Those do look fun.
Yeah, well, if you want to march in a fishnet crop top, you better lay off that dip. Very mature. Keep eating like that. You're going to have a heart attack.
Okay. How about if I eat like this?
Such a child.
Hey, is that any way to talk to your future husband?
So, did you wind up sending that machine back?
I did. I'm not even sure how accurate it was.
Finally got Hallie to sleep.
You know, I just read a study that suggests new mothers are better at sensing emotions for up to 2 years.
Yeah, Bernadette, let's test this theory. Wait, what do you think I'm feeling right now?
You're better than us, a little bit sorry for us, but mostly glad you don't have to be us.
Keep filling this one with baby. She's good.
Right, so, do you know what? I actually like this episode. I thought there was a few good moments that made me laugh. I mean, the one where he's at the door, like, I am a... What do they say now? Like, I am an emotional machine or something. That was funny, that. Now, to be honest, I don't know if it's just me or if it was, like, last episode or something, but, like, the more... Not say the more, like, we're 10 seasons in, but recently, I've been noticing that Penny's been saying stuff about Leonard that he doesn't think about her and stuff like that, or when I'm thinking that in the scenarios that keep getting mentioned, she's not thinking about him. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, for example, here with her brother, I was saying there, and I do firmly agree, and I'll stand by it, you know, if he was coming for a day or two and visiting and just stopping as a pit stop, then she doesn't need to talk about it. If you've got a spare room, there, go for it. Do you know what I'm saying? But, like, the fact is, just inviting him, and like I was saying, it's a prolonged thing. It was open-ended. If he gets a job, maybe he could stay. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, that's too long. But also moaning about the spare room, the second room that he was going to change to a gaming room, when it's like, yeah, but Penny, you didn't think about Leonard at all when you was getting rid of all of his things, and when you totally changed his bedroom into a new room and it actually has no resemblance of, like, him ever living there. Do you know what I mean? Like, you didn't think about him. And then I'm pretty sure in that episode as well, when he was talking, they was like, look, you know, that spare room can be changed to his room. You know what I mean? Because he was talking about getting all this stuff and putting it in there, and I was saying that would be pretty cool as well. And now all of a sudden that bedroom can't be Leonard's anymore. It's got to be theirs. And it's like, you know, I always feel like what they always bicker about or something is that, like, Leonard wants to... It's the same. Do you know what, right? It is literally the same with Sheldon when he lived there. It's like, Leonard wants to do something, but everybody else dislikes it, and they kind of all get their own way and moan at him, but then they don't give to Leonard. You know what I mean? So, Leonard wants to change the temperature, big argument, whatever's, don't get to change it. It stays how it is. Leonard wants to get the table so that he don't sit around the sofa eating, big argument, back to where it was. You know, Leonard don't want... her brother coming, big argument. Actually worked out there, but, like, it was kind of flipped on him that he was the bad one. Like, I'm going to throw you under the bus to the family. Do you know what I mean? Like, he wanted to change it, the Sheldon's room, into a gaming room. Yeah, you can do. No, actually, it's got to be discussed. Like, kind of feel sorry for him in certain situations, if I'm being honest. But, you know, again, it seems like they resolved it at the end. It seems like the last 3 episodes with him and Penny, they've been kind of at each other's throats. I wouldn't say, like, badly, but bickering. You know what I mean? Like, little bickers here and there, and then obviously when we get to the end of the episode, it's resolved. So, I mean, I firmly don't think that they're going to break up, and it'd be a total waste of time if they done that, but, like, they just need to, you know what I mean? Like, get on a level playing field and, I don't know, maybe communicate a little bit better, because that's where it seems like it's going downhill. Okay, that is going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. So, do you think it was a bad idea from Raj to get the girlfriends around and try and get, I don't know, some information on why his relationships ended? I just think it's a really good idea, to be honest. You know, like, what's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. You know what I mean? Like, the thing is, you've got to, you know, sit back and reflect and look at how you can improve yourself in certain situations. You know, if you're doing something, it's kind of like, I don't know, you want to learn a sport. You know what I mean? You're playing football or basketball or something. Let's just say you're throwing it and you're consistently trying to get it in the basket and you're missing. You step back and evaluate. Like, am I jumping wrong, or are my arms too close to the body? Do you know what I mean? I'm releasing it early. Like, let's review the game and let's see where I can improve on aspects to get me to be where I need to be. You know what I mean? And if he's sitting back and thinking, look, mate, you know, in the past year or two, I've been in 4 relationships and all of them have failed. Like, clearly, there might be a reoccurring issue here that I need to resolve. So why don't I get everybody in, sit down and speak to all of them and make notes and see what is highlighted here and there. You know what I mean? Everybody's going to have their own personal little issues here and you know, and little quirks and stuff like that. But see if we can find some common ground. And it seemed like he was oversensitive and he has parental issues. And to be honest, I would agree with those things. He is sensitive and he does have family issues. Not like, you know, bad, but everything revolves around, say, his mum or his dad or his money. Do you know what I mean? And he is touchy as well. So that's something that you can learn and maybe progress forward into relationships. And they kept talking like it was a bad idea, it was embarrassing, making fun of, but I actually think that, you know, in terms of if you're not a snowflake and if you can actually, you know, sit down and be a grown-up about the situation, then, you know, you can come out of it with some success. And I actually feel like that was a success for him. The same way, obviously, Sheldon was getting this emotional thing reader coming out and he was trying to, obviously, you know, test it and check it out. It was a success for him. You know, maybe it might be easier for him to use that as kind of like a second opinion, if that makes sense. So, like, he's there, he's in the scenario, he reads the room, he's thinking, are they sad? Points it, yeah, they are sad, get in. Do you know what I mean? I know it. Are they angry? Points it, yeah, they are, get in. Do you know what I mean? Like, don't rely on the machine, but what it is rely on yourself, pick it, the decision, then double check it, cross-reference it, yeah, that's good, I'm on the right track. You know what I mean? So, I feel like both of them kind of done well this episode, and I would say it was a success for them both in different ways, honestly, in different ways. But I did enjoy it, I really did actually. It was a good one today. Thanks for checking it out. If you did enjoy it too, please smash like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.